and how they are different from the amphibians. So basically, the common how they are different from the amphibian. They reproduce outside of the water. So that's how they are different. And they have scales in their body, scales and designs on their body, which is not found in the which is not found in the amphibian, right? They can reproduce out of the body, out of the water body, right? So please start writing now. So cold-blooded animal, I have already discussed with you in the last class. Reptiles are creeping and burrowing. Reptiles are creeping and burrowing, cold-blooded animal. Creeping and burrowing, cold-blooded animal. Cold-blooded means they cannot adjust their temperature as per the external temperature. So their body, the temperature will change as their external temperature will change. Next. In amphibians, when I was explaining amphibian, I told you that amphibian, they have sticky or slimy kind of their skin. So hydrated skin. So their skin is slippery and hydrated. This is a sort of protection for them. But reptiles do not have any kind of the gland on their surface of their body. So it's a very rough kind of the skin. So next point. Let's let the Martin to join. Martin, you always come late. Why?
Oh, sorry. My
Guys, look.
Wi-Fi.
Okay, fine, no issue. So always connect your class with 5 minutes before, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and I have already told you people that every time I say my team to give you reminder, but I have already told you that Tuesday, Thursday is our regular class from 6:30, and on Wednesday we'll have NEET class, right? So that you need to write it down somewhere, and please keep it in mind and join at the time, right?
That was
Okay, fine. So just I have started with the reptile. Even Shadika is late. So next point, first time that they are creeping, burrowing, cold-blooded animals. Second is skin is dry. So their skin is dry. They do not have any kind of the slimy layer or any kind of the gland. Their skin, so they have the dry skin. Okay, modern thought. So their skin is dry, rough, and do underline it. And they do not have. These are the basically neat questions which I have underlined. And they do not have any gland, and they do not have any gland on skin. Full stop. They have scale, 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 or scuts, SUTES, scale or skirts in their skin. Skirts means scale-like structure, like as you can see in the crocodile, skin of crocodile. They have a scale or a skirt in their skin. Next point. Snake and lizard. Snake and lizard shed. Snake and lizard shed their skin, their scale, shed their scale as skin cast. So what is the skin casting? Do you have any idea what is the skin casting?
When they take their skin off?
Right,
When they
right.
shed
Yeah.
their skin?
Very good, very good. The dead part of the external outer dead part of the skin, it come out, right? And that is called skin casting. You must have seen the skin casting of the snake in very frequently. Next point. They do not respire. They do not respire by means of gill. They do not respire by means of gills. Full stop. Respiration always take place. Respiration always take place through lungs. Respiration always take place through lungs, and it is efficient, and it is more efficient, and it is more efficient than 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 amphibians. Next point. Except snake, except snake, there are two pair of pentadactyl limbs. Except snake, there are two pair of pentadactyl limbs. Next point.
Sir, what are those limbs?
Pentadactyl, Penta.
Yes, but what are they?
Okay, look, pentadactyl, we also have the pentadactyl limb. We have limb, so we have two pair of limb, right? One pair means hand, one pair leg, right? So we have two pair of limbs, and every limb, either it's a leg or it's a hand, there are five pair. Penta means five, pentadactyl means five finger, right? So every limb have five finger. Pentadactyl limb means every limb have five finger. Clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
except snake, you can see lizard, they have five finger in their limb, four limb and hind limb both. Tortoise, five finger. Crocodile, five finger. So that is the pentadactyl limbs, right? As
Okay, sir.
pentadactyl limbs are not found in the there. It is not present in apes, right? They have claw-like structure. Their structure is different. Three front and two backward, right? So there is something different structure. But we have this kind of a structure, right? Next, heart is three-chambered, except crocodile. Heart is three-chambered, except crocodile, where it is four-chambered. Except crocodile, where it is four-chambered. They have external, comma, middle, as well as internal. Full stop. Snake do not have ears. So how do they respond and how do they how they feel the sensation? They're very sensitive. Snake do not have ears. But if you're walking somewhere, they will become alert. Their senses are very fast. Is that correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So how they, if they do not have ear, how does they feel senses? How does they respond? Basically, every time you must have seen that if a snake is in front of you, every time it is this tongue is coming out and going inside. Have you seen that? They keep on tongue there out and inside, inward and out, right? So with the help of tongue, why they do like this? Every time their tongue come out and they take it inside, so they keep on doing this practice. Look, when they keep uh, uh, keep the tongue out, they feel the temperature, they feel the humidity, they feel the environment of the air, right? And they can sense the infrared, right? With the help of infrared, they can sense the presence of any other body. And that's how, the snake cannot see in the night. Snake cannot, yeah, they can see they can sense in the night. So how they feel, how they can sense in the night? Basically, they can sense the infrared. What is the infrared? Do you have any idea about the infrared or not, Martin and Siddhika?
No, sir.
Look, have you seen with the help of the night vision binocular? You must have night vision binocular. So how
Yes,
the
sir.
army, police, and normal people who have the night vision binocular, how they can see with the help of naked eye? You cannot see any person in the at the night time in the dark, any person without the naked eye, with the naked eye. But if you have the infrared, you have the this one night vision binocular, you can see them. Actually, what happened? Uh, Metabolic reactions are going on. Our body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. So every time the heat comes out of the body, the heat waves are basically infrared. We cannot see with the help of them naked eye. So what these night vision binocular, these night vision camera, these animals, they can sense the heat waves, right? And these are infrared waves. So with the help of infrared, we can see them. But that's how the binocular
Yes,
works.
sir.
They convert infrared. We cannot, our eyes are not capable of seeing the infrared. So they take the infrared and they convert infrared into visible spectrum, into visible wavelength, right? That is the mechanism. And the same mechanism is found in the snake. So with the help of like mouse emit heat, right? So with the help of that emission of heat, escape. So that's how without the ear, snake can survive and it can adjust itself and it can hunt. So next point, they are mostly oviparous. They are mostly oviparous.
So what is that?
They are mostly
Oviparal?
oviparous. Means they give birth to young one through the egg. They are mostly oviparous.
Okay.
Uh, One more very important point: tortoise. This one, tortoise. Tortoise are basically tortoise are basically vegetarian. So that's it for the reptile. Is that clear? Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Keep on going through with your NCRT in the same time and ask me if you have any doubt regarding that. Right. So first, let me tell you the apes. Apes means the birds, right? So the common feature of the bird. This is the common feature of the bird. So this is the representative bird. So you can see they have the eye line. This is they have the eye line. This is called crown, right? Like some birds have which there are the flightless birds which have the crown. Like you can see in the hen and the cock, they have the crown, right? And this is called lower, right? This part, this part. They have the mustache, breast, and skull flank, uh, and again this little crest, eye line, cheeks, and wing lining. So the wings are there, and you know the common feature. And the basically you can see over here the digits, this part, digits. So they have claw and digits, which is very efficient for the punching, so capturing anything. And here you can see their anatomy. So this is important actually. This diagram is important. So mouth is present. They have the nostril, and esophagus is that. Esophagus means what is the esophagus? In normal language, esophagus is called food pipe, right? So food pipe is technically called esophagus. This is also found in our body. This part, this neck part, the pipe, food pipe, is esophagus, right? After esophagus, there is a crop. So crop is that part where they store they store food. So crop is that part where they store food. Sometimes they crush the food, they churn it, right? There is a stomach. So crop is meant for pigeons. Basically, you will see why the pigeon eat small stones. So basically, along with the grains, they eat the stones. They stone help. They get stone and they these seed. They get collected in the crop, and with the help of that, they crush the seed, right? Which help in the digestion. That's why pigeon also eat the stone, right? Stomach is there, that is meant for the digestion. Gizzard is there. What is the gizzard? Any idea? Gizzard. So basically, this gizzard part is not found in humans or other organism. This is found basically in some insect and birds. So gizzard, they have teeth-like structure. They have crusher, right? They have crusher. This mixer-like structure. They have crusher, right? With the help of crusher, gizzard help in the churning of food. Got it or not? Churning food. So gizzard is there. Gizzard is meant for churning the food, means crushing the food. Right? Intestine is there and anus is there. That's simple. Their respiratory system is quite different. I'll tell you how do they respire. Uh, diagram is there. No, diagram is not present over there. So I'll tell you. Just give me one second. I'll show the diagram as well. Their respiratory system is also very peculiar and very different from other. Respiratory system. Fine. There. Look, respiratory system, this kind of the respiratory system is found in the bird. Their lungs are like human, but they are quite different from the human. So why they are quite different from the human? Basically, they have some extra space to carry the oxygen, right? They have some extra space. As you can see, there is some extra space where they can carry the oxygen, right? So this one, right? This part. They can carry the more oxygen comparison to us. They can carry to these are like this is the trachea. Trachea means windpipe, right? Trachea part is called windpipe. Uh, this one, trachea part. Trachea is called windpipe. Like we also have the windpipe in the neck that is called trachea. Pharynx is known as the sound box. Trachea that is called windpipe. Windpipe. Again, one more thing. There is a pharynx. What is the pharynx? Anyone of you? Siddhika and Martin, any idea what is the pharynx? Any idea? So look, we speak with the help of larynx, right? Larynx is sound box. In the same way, birds also have sound box. With the help of sound box, they can speak, right? So that is called syrinx. Please keep it in mind, syrinx. Trachea, windpipe, and there are some these ear sac, right? So other than lungs, these are the lungs. These pink color structure are lungs. Other than lungs, you can see there are some air sac, extra air sac to store the air, right? In this extra sac, they store the air that help in the respiration, that enhance their efficiency of the respiration, as well as they help in the flight, right? They make their body lighter, so they provide buoyancy of the these birds in the air. So they before they fly, they take more and more air and fill these air sac, and then they fly. Right. That's how. They have the pneumatic bone. Any idea what is the pneumatic bone? Pneumatic bone.
No,
Pneumatic.
sir.
Sorry, yes, Siddhika. What is pneumatic bone?
No, sir, I don't know.
Hollow
Pneumato.
bone,
Yes,
hollow
Martin.
bone,
Tell me.
hollow bone.
Yes, very good. They have the hollow bone, right? Pneumatic bones means hollow bone. We have the bone marrow, but their bones is hollow. Why peacock cannot fly? They glide. Why hen or cock cannot fly? They high. Why ostrich cannot fly? You have any idea? That is very amazing. The hen have very big wings. Peacock have they glide. They cannot fly like other birds. The reason behind it, their bones are not hollow. Their bones are like us. Their bones are filled with the what? Bone marrow. So bone marrow make their bone heavier, and that's why they cannot fly. That is the reason behind it. There is a logic that they cannot fly. Right? Clear to everyone? If
Yes, sir.
clear, yeah. Okay. If clear, then please keep on writing. The first point. Birds are birds are birds are bipedal. Bipedal means they walk with the help of their hind limb. Bipedal, feathered, feathered. Their body remains covered with a feather, right? Feathered and warm-blooded, not cold-blooded, and warm-blooded animal. So in birds, their hind limb is for the means back limbs. Hind limb is for walking. And what is the forelimbs? Forelimb convert into wings. Got it? Forelimb convert into wings. Next point. The hind limb are adapted for uh, walking, like ostrich and all that. Walking, ostrich, hen, walking, comma, perching or swimming. Perching or swimming. Perching or swimming. Those birds which lives in the tree, it's better they perch, right? That it is meant for perching. Their limbs are meant for perching. Like duck, it is meant for swimming, right? So it depends. Their hind limb, the adaptability of hind limb depends. Next, except preen gland. It is very important. Except preen gland. What is preen gland? Preen gland is basically oil gland, which is also not found in every bird, except preen gland. At the base of tail, at the base of tail, no gland is found on skin. What does it mean? Basically, birds also do not have any gland on their skin. There is only single gland which is called oil gland or preen gland, which is found at the tail of the birds, right? And there is no other gland. This is especially for the duck, swan. They have a very well developed oil gland on their skin. So what they do, you must have seen they dip their nose, they dip their beak on that gland, and it rub on their wings. So when it rub on their wings, it make them waterproof, right? That's why swan and bird, duck, every time they keep on they keep on dipping their beak on the tail and keep on rubbing it on their wings. That is the reason behind it. So they make it water. So keep this green gland name in your mind, because this gland have been asked multiple times in the medical exam. So this is very important for the medical exam, and you must learn it for the general factor. Next one, the alimentary canal. The alimentary canal. Alimentary canal has addition chamber, has additional chamber, additional chamber, the crop and gizzard, the crop and gizzard, the crop store, the crop store, and soften food, soften food. However, gizzard help gizzard help in crushing and churning food. Crushing and churning food. Right? That I have already told you that what is the function of gizzard and what is the function of crop. Is it clear? Is that function clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. There is, so at the last, they have the cloacal aperture. So what is the cloacal aperture? I have already discussed with you. There is, tell me, both of you, there is cloacal aperture. Cloacal. What is cloacal aperture? If the anus, excretory pore, and the egg laying pore, both are the same. That will be called cloaca, not anus. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, respiration is by lungs. Respiratory system I have discussed with you. Respiration is by lungs. Is by lungs. The lungs are spongy and inelastic. And inelastic. They have air sac. They have air sac. Next point. Voice is produced through voice is produced through that I have discussed with you through sirens. Sirens. Heart is four chamber. Heart is four chamber. So they have four chamber in their heart. Amphibian and reptiles, they had four. They had three chamber in their heart, but they have the four chamber, right? And they are the warm blooded as well. Means like we, they can their blood temperature do not changes uh, with the external temperature. Nucleus is present in RBC. Nucleus is present in RBC. So their RBC, red blood cells, they have the nucleus. Urinary bladder is generally absent. Urinary bladder is absent. It is found only in one bird, except an American bird. American bird, rhea. It is like ostrich. Rhea. This is South American ostrich. South American ostrich, right? So that have the urinary bladder. Rest of do not have urinary bladder. Birds have well developed vision, but this is also very important. Poor sense of smell. They cannot smell things properly, but they have the good sense of sight. So these were the general characteristics, and next point is also very important. Female bird has usually well developed single left ovary and ovidum. So right ovary is not functioning, right? Right ovary, the right ovary is not functioning, while human both of the ovaries are functioning. many birds shows sexual dimorphism. What is that? Sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism, I have already discussed with you. Sexual dimorphism means you can recognize the bird by seeing that physically that it's male bird or it's a female bird, right? So that is called sexual dimorphism. Fine. Is that clear? Every point? Jessica and Martin, both of you.
Yes, sir.
Next and last is that is the mammalia, right? Mammalia means mammals, those which have the mammary glands and they feed their young ones by the milk feeding. They are called mammals. So rabbit is mammal which is used for the study, which is used for the dissection. That's why I have taken over here the rabbit as an example. So as I have told you, the mammals have the mammary gland. And look, here is present eyes, present mouth is present neck, forearm, foot, digits means fingers. They have 5 digits. So we can say they have the pentadactyl limb. Trunk is there, upper arm, thighs, the tail is present. It's not present in every member. So again, uh, this is the spinal cord, the brain, right? The brain, spinal cord. You know that spinal cord is like connected with the brain because all the nerves run through with it. So here it runs from the head, means core part, to the tail, right? Spinal cord. Then there is a this respiratory cavity, buccal cavity means this mouth, food cavity. Trachea means windpipe. Esophagus means food pipe. Trachea means windpipe. Right? Esophagus means food pipe. Right? Lungs is present. Lungs are present. Heart is present. And between the after the lungs and heart, there's a diaphragm. So diaphragm is the thing which separate the respiratory cavity from the digestive system. Means respiratory system from the digestive system. It's a curtain-like structure, right? So look, there is a liver is present, the stomach is present, kidney is present, large intestine is present, NS is present. This is the testis, urethra, urinary bladder, spleen, gallbladder. Everything is present, which is found in the human circle, right? But respiratory system and digestive system is separated by a muscular structure which is called diaphragm, right? So these were the general characteristics they explained, and please write it down some characteristic of the mammal. So kingdom Mammalia. So these animals are, start writing. These animals are warm-blooded, warm-blooded, warm-blooded. Hairy means they have hair in their body, hairy, and have mammary gland. And have mammary gland or milk producing or milk producing gland. Right? So this is the first and foremost characteristic. From the mammary gland, the term mammalia came from over here, right? That is the peculiar feature which is found in the mammals only. Bats are mammal because they feed their young ones with the help of mammary gland. They have the mammary gland. At the same time, they do not give birth to young ones through the egg. They give the birth to the young one directly, right? That is called viviparous, right? They are warm-blooded. I have already told you, warm-blooded. Next one, oil gland, sweat gland, and sweat gland are found in skin. Next point, mammal possess seven cervical seven mammal possess seven cervical vertebrae. Cervix means neck. This neck part is called cervix. Cervical vertebrae. Look, every small bone which make the backbone is called vertebrae. There are total 33 vertebrae in a human, and when a child becomes adult, these reaches to the 26. The rest of the vertebrae get fuses, right? So the number of the vertebrae reduces. So there are seven small bones. Every bone is known as the vertebrae. So this is a part of backbone. So this seven vertebrae are found in our necks. These are called cervical vertebrae. This is the peculiar feature of the mammal, which is not found in other animals, right? Respiration by lungs. Respiration by lung. So respiration takes place by lung. They possess, which I have already explained, diaphragm, which separate this one diaphragm, which separate respiratory system and circulatory digestive. They possess muscular diaphragm, muscular diaphragm, dividing trunk into thorax and abdomen. Thorax and abdomen. Thoracic system means respiratory system. Abdominal system means digestive system. The brain is large and well developed. Each ear consists of three parts. It is made up of three parts: external, middle, and internal. Except some egg-laying mammal, all the mammals are viviparous. Uh, who are the egg-laying mammals? Anyone of you? Who are the egg-laying mammals? Australian anteater, duckbill. These both animals are found in Australia, right? Are
Platypus.
which one?
Platypus.
Platypus.
Platypus is also duckbill. The same thing is right. They are the same. Either you call it duckbill or you call it platypus, right? So they are oviparous. Means they give young one. That's why they are called half-developed animal, or Australia is known as the half-developed continent, right? So they are the oviparous. Rest all the mammals are viviparous, right? And mammals are found everywhere, from desert to the snow-clad mountain. Mammals occur in all type of habitat. That's it for the mammals, and that's it for your this animal kingdom. Go through with your NCRT and ask me if you have any doubt in your animal kingdom. Then we will start with the next one. And then the next one is also a very big chapter, but no issue. Go through with it. Then we will start with the morphology of flowering plant. Go through with your NCRT and let me know if you any word, any line, if you have a doubt.
No, sir. No doubt.
No doubt? Okay. Martin, what about you?
No.
Okay. So now we will start with the morphology of the flowering plant, right? So morphology means external character. Physiology means the reactions which going on, right? Anatomy means the tissue, the structure of tissue, right? So that's how there are different branches. Morphology of flowering plant. Yes, this is hold on. Okay, let's start with the morphology of flowering plant. Let's start with the morphology of flowering plant. Morphology means external characteristic. Look. So in morphology of flowering plant, an external characteristic of flowering plant, whatever you see the plant, that is called external characteristic or morphology. Means morphology is that part which you can see with the help of your naked eye, right? That is called morphology. So whatever you see in any organism, that is a morphological characteristic. Yes. Look, this is the root system. This is the shoot system. In root system, there is a primary root, there is a lateral root, there are secondary roots, there are tertiary roots, right? And here you can see, yeah, this is the stem, this is the fruit, these are the fruits, and this is axillary bud, these are the leaf. Look, these are the nodes. Try to understand. This is a node, this is the node. So branches and leaves, they come out of the node, right? So basically, branches come out of the node, and the space between the two branches node and the internode. So that is the characteristic of any stem. Let me tell you how you can prove that potato is an stem. It do not look like a stem. It do like it is. If you will ask a layman, they will say that it's a root part, but it's not root part. Why? Root hairs are not present. Look, these kind of the structure, they are called eye, and eye are basically nodes. From these eye, the birds come out, mean the branches come out, right? And the distance between two eyes is known as the internode. So if node and internode are the present, these are called a stem, right? Again, here you can see in the grasses, in the bamboo tree, in the bamboo, these structure, these knots are known as the node, right? Birds or leaves come out of the node, and the space between the two nodes is known as the internode, right? So node and internode is a characteristic of system. I think it should be clear to you. And then we will define one by one that what is the root system. So look, the type of system, right? So type of, first it come the root system, right? So the typical root in the type of root system. So there is a tap root system and fibrous root system. So there are two kind of the root system. Tap root system, there is a primary root, there is a secondary root, and primary secondary root, that tertiary roots come, right? So this is found basically dicot plant. What are the dicot plant? Dicot plant like gram, like pulses. So they have two cotyledons. If you divide them, they will get divided into two equal parts. So they have the two cotyledons. So they are called dicot, right? And there is a fibrous root system. In fibrous root system, no primary and secondary root. There is a single root stalk. This is the root base. This is the root stalk. From the single root stalk, there are a number of the fibers come out. This is called fibrous root system, right? This is uh, uh, this is on wheat, rice. So look in monocot. Suppose that this is the rice, right? So like rice, in rice there is a single cotyledon. There is a single cotyledon, right? Clear. So these are the monocot. So basically, all the crops or all the grains, they are the monocot, right? So there are two root systems. So these fibrous roots are also known as the adventitious roots, right? They does not arise from. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Then we'll study with the morphology of the root. Next is morphology of the root. Just let me show you the morphology of This is the morphology of root. This is root system. So basically, in the morphology of root means external characteristic of root. So you can see this is the root, and a root is surrounded by the hair. So hair is basically outgrowth. Take care of every point because this is important for your medical examination. Basically, these points are from where the root is going to come out. Yes. So from where the root come out, root hair are basically outgrowth of the external layer, means epidermal structure. So epidermal structure, these are called root hair. So root hair are found in this region. This is called region of cell maturation or root hair region, right? So root hair region is basically meant for the absorption of water and mineral. So root hair basically they absorb water plus mineral. So water mineral absorption is the responsibility of root hair and they are external outgrowth. Then there is a region of cell elongation, right? Here the cell get enlarged. There is a region of cell division. Here the cells keep on dividing, right? So the dividing cells are known as the meristematic cell. Meristematic cell. So we can say this is the meristematic region. Meristematic region is that where the meristematic cells are found. What is the property of meristematic cell? Meristematic cells are those cells which keep on dividing throughout their lifetime, right? They keep on dividing. So this region is made up of very soft kind of the cell, right? Very soft kind of the cell. So to protect these soft kind of the cells, there is root cap, right? The root cap is found at the tip. This is protective, and it helps in the penetrating into soil, penetrating to soil. So that is the morphology of root. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So please start writing. Give the heading morphology of root. Look, the first heading should be first subheading should be. So we have divided root into further part.
Do we draw this, sir?
Sorry.
Do we draw this, sir?
Yeah, you need to draw this diagram after the class. Why I am saying? Because they can ask you describe the morphology of root system. Then you have to draw. Draw it after the class because if you will draw right now, it will take lots of time. Start writing now. First point is that is the root cap, right? The root cap. Please start writing now. Root cap is multicellular structure, multicellular structure, which is made up of, multicellular structure, cap-like, made up of parenchymatous cells, right? Made up of parenchymatous cells. So type of cell we will study in the anatomy part, and till the time you must have already gone through with it in the, I think, in the 9th standard. What is the parenchymatous cell? Next point. The cells of root cap, secrete mucilage. What is mucilage? Mucilage is a slippery gel-like substance, right? So this root cap region, they secrete the mucilage. So because of mucilage, it make the external layer slippery. That's why they can penetrate inside the. That's how they can penetrate inside the soil, right? That's how they penetrate. Fine. So next point. They are uh, designed to move in the direction of gravity. Basically, let me tell you why they are designed to, how they are designed to. Basically, it is considered that the root cap, root capsules, they have the starch granules. Starch granule they can perceive the gravity. That's why they show the gravitropism. Gravitropism means movement towards the gravity, right? So uh, that is the thing. So that was the first reason. That is the root cap, right? And then second one is meristematic zone or region of cell division. This one, second one, this one. Meristematic zone or region of cell division. It is made up of it is made up of compactly arranged small thin walled meristematic cell. Meristematic cell, I have told you multiple times that meristematic cells are those cells which keep on dividing, right? the meristematic cell or this region produces new cells. So they add on the new cells, right? So behind the root cap, there are region of cell division. They keep on adding the new cells, right? The new cells will be pushed toward the backward, and they will go for the region of elongation. Means their size will increase, right? The third zone of this morphology of cell, morphology of root is that is the region of or zone of elongation. Zone of elongation. Zone of elongation. The length of cell increases. It is about 4 to 8 millimeter in length.
Okay, go up.
This one, the region of elongation, this one, right? So this is 4 to 8 millimeter in length. The cells of this region loses the power of division. They lose the power of division. They elongate means increase their size. They elongate rapidly. They increase the length of root. Note it down. Right. So region of now last but not the least, the region of maturation. Region or zone of maturation. In region or zone of maturation, it forms the bulk of root. So main region of the root which is visible morphologically, that is this region. The cells do not undergo further changes. Right. So that's it for the root system. Next class we'll start root system and all that, right? And the type of the root and the modification of root and all that.
Can
Right?
you go to fourth one, sir?
Sorry,
The fourth one, can you go to?
region of maturation.
Yeah, I done.
Done. Okay. So next class will start from here on.